This is a book ball summary of the book Ready, Aim, Fire by Erik and Jim Woods. You might want some assistance with setting and achieving objectives, both personally and professionally. It's one thing to vaguely want to write a book, start a business, and learn how to play the guitar, for example. It's quite another thing to produce a concrete objective, develop a realistic strategy for achieving it, and turn it into a reality. Many of us have difficulty getting the ball rolling on this process, let alone crossing the finish line. It's never too late to start, and you've already made the first move. Number 1. You must get yourself ready. Aim at the target and fire at it to set and achieve goals. Imagine you're practicing target shooting and you've got a gun. To hit the bullseye, how do you make certain you hit it? If you just whipped out your weapon, fired a bullet and hoped for the best, you'd miss. You must first assess your current situation and then create a strategy of getting where you want to go. While you may not be interested in becoming a sharpshooter, the same 3 steps apply to virtually any endeavour in life. It is feasible that life is more complex than firing a rifle at a shooting range. Normally, you don't have a single, predefined target with a huge, red bullseye directly in front of you. Instead, multiple objectives are calling out from different directions at the same time, including family, friends, profession, and health. You can't shoot everywhere at the same time, so you must pick one sector to start with. If you want to prepare for a goal, you must narrow your focus down to one area. Your health is a good example, but it's still pretty big, ranging from weight to sleep quality. From there, you must choose one point and aim for it, which means coming up with a concrete objective and a sensible strategy. Number 2, you must think about where you are in life and how much free time you have to set a goal. A goal provides you with a sense of direction and is one of the greatest advantages. You can chart your path, prepare, and set your sails to reach your desired destination. You must know where you want to go and where you are right now to chart your course. Make your preparations and set your sails accordingly. To travel from point A to point B, you must know where both locations are about each other. If you can estimate the distance between them, you can also determine if you can make the trip. It's nice to think that you can do anything if you only put in the effort. But let's be realistic. Even if you've got a lot on your plate during the day, you may only have a limited amount of free time. Your level of free time is determined by where you are in life and how big a goal you can accomplish right now. You've got different capacities and needs when it comes to setting and achieving goals. As a working parent of 2 children is in a very distinct position from a college student. A college student might have enough time and energy to stay up all night working on a side project, but an exhausted parent might not. He might have to get up before dawn to take care of his children before going to work. You may not be able to achieve some goals, no matter where you are in life. If you've got a newborn baby, starting a business might not be the best idea at the moment. However, that's fine. You have more important things to do for the moment, and you'll have more time to devote to being an entrepreneur in the future. Number 3, reflect on your priorities to start narrowing in on a goal. Let's say you've done some thinking about where you currently are in life, but you're still not sure what kind of goal you should set yourself. There are many things you want to do, in many different areas. Your savings account has barely grown in years. Your guitar is collecting dust in the corner of the room. So many things, so little time. You're not sure where to even begin. Your goals should reflect your priorities in life. But what are your priorities? It can be helpful to sit down and write out a list of them. Simple enough, but here comes the complicated part. Chances are there's a disconnect between what you think your priorities are and what they are in practice. For instance, you may say spirituality is your top priority, but you spend most of your free time watching television. What does that say about where your priorities lie? Take a few minutes to think about how you're spending your time, then check how it aligns with your list of priorities. Assess your wheel of life to get a better sense of where you need to focus. Picture a circle. Now, take that circle and divide it into 7 sections, like a pie chart. Label each category with a word from the following list: financial, spiritual, social, intellectual, family, career, and health. These are the various areas of your life. Put them together and you have your rotation of life. In an ideal world, we'd always be paying equal attention to all 7 areas of our rotation at the same time. But chances are, your rotation is out of balance right now. Don't dwell on it. This next exercise is about knowing what categories are being neglected and figuring out how to restore the balance. With 7 sections to think about, we often end up neglecting one or more areas in our rotation of life. The resulting imbalance throws the whole rotation askew, since all the areas are interconnected. Consider health as an example. By neglecting your health, you might feel too tired to concentrate on reading, which affects your intellectual life too. Number 5. It's important to set a SMART goal, one that's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Now, you're almost ready to aim, but first, it's time to do one last bit of reflection. Review your notes on both your priorities and the rotation of life. Does anything stand out as objective material? If not, that's okay. Give it some time. See if anything comes to mind in the next 48 hours. And if the clock runs out and you're still drawing a blank, that's okay too. You can focus on your health as a fallback option. After all, it's something you can always work on, and it gives you an increase of energy in all other areas of life as well. In any case, whatever you decide to concentrate on, the time has finally come to set a goal. And not just any goal, but a SMART goal. Let's say you decide to focus on your health. Well, if you just say you want to lose some weight, that would be pretty vague. Instead, a SMART goal would be, I'm going to lose 10 pounds in 90 days by working out during my lunch break 3 times per week. Notice how this is specific. It's not just some weight, but 10 pounds of weight that you want to lose. It's a measurable goal. You can track how many pounds you're losing or not losing about it. Number 6. Stay motivated by remembering the reasons you're pursuing your goal and by visualizing your success. This is part of the process where you finally get down to business and prepare yourself to achieve your goal. Getting to that final line, it's going to take hard work and endurance. There are no shortcuts here. But there are some things you can do to increase your chances of success. One of the most important things is to keep yourself encouraged. It's all too easy to lose motivation when faced with complications, distractions, and setbacks. So how can you prevent this from happening? Remembering what's motivating you in the first place is key to staying motivated. Why do you want to achieve your goal? The more answers you come up with, the more reasons you'll have on your back to keep going when things get tough. With this in mind, try coming up with at least 7 reasons why you want to accomplish your goal. And like always, don't just think about it, write it down. List each reason as a separate sentence. For example, I'm starting a business to protect my family's finances, and I'm starting a business to help my customers. Put this list somewhere central so you can look at it whenever you need a motivation boost. Number 7. Create your to-do list. Visualize you're an author who wants to write a book. You open your computer to start composing your masterpiece, only to be met face to face by an empty page. Now what? You probably feel stressed out. To go from having put down 0 words to completing a 400-page thesis can feel like an impossibly enormous task. Similar feelings can get in the way of completing any goal. After all, if the task appears too big and complicated to organise, why bother even trying? How can you prevent this from happening? To get started, create a to-do list by breaking down your overall task into a sequence of smaller subtasks. An author writing a book would have a list like the following. Develop an idea for the book, write a summary, compose a rough blueprint, and so on. Number 8. Seek out support from friends, family, and colleagues when you feel discouraged. Remember to go easy on yourself. You won't make major life changes by pushing yourself beyond your limits, and you're likely to do more harm than good if you take that approach. Being dazed can lead us into self-sabotage behaviour, whereas exercising self-love helps us remind ourselves of why we've dedicated ourselves to our goals. The key here is to work on your bounce-back rate, how quickly you get back on the journey when you fall off course, because you will fall off course from time to time, and that's completely fine and normal. Changing your life isn't easy, or everyone else would be doing it. What's your most important key takeaway? Please comment down below and share the video if you like it. Check out these other 2 videos. Thank you, and until next time.